is a B6 single strap Foxy fix in coconut leather, embossed in a gold B. Inside it has my travel journal from my trip to Hawaii in 2018. I wanted to do a flip of this whole planner for you real quickly, and then we'll get into the important stuff in the travel journal. So as always, I like to embellish my dashboards with ephemera. This particular paper and most of the papers that you're going to see in this planner came from the Planners Anonymous box, which is a subscription you can subscribe to. There is more information in the description below if you'd like to learn more about that. This first one says, "Be brighter than the sun," which was perfect for my trip to Hawaii. Inside it, I have a pocket here with some ephemera as well as some post-its in case I needed to take any notes while I was on the go. I also have just a blank lined notebook, which of course I didn't actually use, but is nice to have on hand in case you want to jot anything down that doesn't fit in your memory keeper. In this next divider here, I have some really awesome washi. This is a really great place to stick some washi samples. Rather than bringing rolls with you when you travel, I love to bring samples that are applicable to my trip. These here are all travel themed washi strips, and there's some foiling going on, and they're gorgeous. I have a piece of acetate. This is from a Planner Society kit. It's got some flamingos on it. And inside here, I actually have a foldable sticker kit, which is a nice thing to tuck into your planner when you don't want to bring a ton of stickers on the go. Behind that, I have a postcard from my trip. Keep going, I have a folder in here, again, with some stickers from the Planners Anonymous kit, as well as some leftover pictures that I had taken with my HP sprocket while I was traveling. Behind that, we have the divider that gets into my travel journal, and this is why I wanted to do this flip for you guys. This is my travel journal. Super cohesive. It has a little bit of everything. I'm going to walk you through every single page. Even though I didn't use every page on this trip, I think it's important for you to see the full gamut that it is included in this travel journal right now. So your opening page, you get a place to write in where you are traveling to. Of course, if you're feeling so inclined, you can color this in. You can add some pictures on here if you want. I just chose to leave it blank. Behind that, we have space for tracking your itinerary. There is space for writing down your flight details, hotel details, any emergency contacts you want, and there's also a place for marking that this is your book. The next page here we have is a packing list, and what I like to do is to take the packing list, go through it, and highlight the items that I actually plan on packing. That way, when I flip to this as I start packing my bags, I will have a quick reference of what I actually need to pack, and then I just ignore the things that are not highlighted, as those are not applicable to every trip. There is always space to write in your own packing items if you want as well, and you know, I didn't need to, with the exception of adding in that I wanted to bring in my HP sprocket. Then we get into the journaling pages, and this is where I think this insert really shines. Memory keeping doesn't have to be hard. I think journaling prompts make things really easy. So on every single page, you have space not only for journaling, but also some prompts. There's space for marking down what you're inspired by, what you are loving, what you are listening to, and what you are wanting. So every single day I go through this on my vacation, and I just journal down how I am feeling. These are things that make journaling later easier. Now, if you're thinking, I just don't have time to journal, what I would suggest is writing down some bullet points, and you can always expand on those bullet points later. But if you start with bullet points, just a quick overview of what happened on each day, you'll be able to journal and reflect on it further when you get home, on the flight home, or even late night, you know, as you're getting ready to go to bed before, you know, the next day of your vacation. I leave the left page blank so you can do whatever you want, and you will see here, I just embellished it with some photos and some descriptions of what the photos were. I also embellished with some of those stickers that you saw in that folder earlier. So this is day 1. Day 2, I did a little bit of a different technique on the left side here. I did a day in the life, and what I did was I just wrote down the hours of the day that we were awake and exactly what we were doing for each hour. This way I get a real overview and a sense of how our vacation was going. I can remember that we were having coffee on the lanai every morning, and what kind of dinner we were having with my aunt and uncle while we stayed at their beach house. So this is a really wonderful way to capture the spirit of your vacation. Here's another really awesome way to fill out your left page. All I did was I used this washi, which says, "Let your heart wander." And then I filled it in with different places that I wanted to wander back to from Hawaii. So I want to wander back to the Jurassic looking bridge with the theme song. I want to wander back to the crack in the ground and the breath blowing up. These are all important memories that I made in Hawaii that may not mean much to you, but flood me with memories as I'm reading them back to you. This is the importance of a travel journal. By jotting down these memories, you're able to actually remember them way more fully than you would if you were just trying to, fish it back out of your memory with no reference. Page 4 was a day where I had a lot of thoughts and feelings. So not only did I journal on this right page here, but I carried that over into the left with some additional thoughts and feelings. And I also, coupled that with a photo that was pretty much explaining what we were doing and why we were getting this massive shave ice. Day 5, I did a lot of photos and just added some quotes to fill out the space. This is an easy way to fluff out the space if you don't have a lot to say. Photos speak 1,000 words when you only have one. Day 6, I have to highlight this photo because honestly, if you see a tree that has a massive growth on it and you don't pretend to lick it, what are you even doing with your life? This is why I have memory keepers. I would never have remembered this tree otherwise, but it was a riot and it made for a very memorable photo. P.S. I am not actually licking the tree, it just looks like it. I also made use of some lettering stickers. This is just a fun way to embellish a page, and you can find these in a lot of sticker packs. Day 7, this is where I made use of some of my big stickers. We were going home the next day, so this was a great place to say aloha, which in Hawaii is hello and goodbye. Then, I should tell you, there are up to 10 journaling pages. Because my trip ended on day 7, I have just clipped those together. You could cut them out or glue them together so that they are not a part of your journal, but simply clipping them together did the trick for me, so I'm just going to flip right over. But you do have space for up to 10 days of travel in this travel journal. This next page is one of my favorites. This is the memorable moment pages, and you actually get 2 of them. However, I have only used 1. And all I did was I embellished with some quotes, some memories, and some photos. These last pages are really encouraging you to think more about your trip. I don't always use every single prompt because not every prompt applies to every trip, but I will read some of these prompts for you. Remember this, I'm so thankful for. Here are the things I was thankful for. The best thing I ate, my favorite drink, of course, was a gin and tonic. Things I learned, I actually wrote down 3 things. Favorite place, my new obsession, I'll never forget. These are all easy journaling prompts that you can do as you're reflecting on your trip or as you go. This next page here we have, I was inspired by, the weather was, the locals were, things to remember for my next trip, pack less bus. And then at the very end of this book, and these are some pages that I didn't use, there is a place for jotting down who you would like to send postcards to and writing down their address. I didn't send any. And a place for jotting down souvenirs to buy. I'm a horrible daughter. We didn't buy anyone souvenirs. And of course, there is a notes page at the very end of the book so that you have the complete travel journal all in one. It really encompasses everything. I love this insert so much, and it is available in all the sizes. After that, I just have some additional folders for keeping ephemera and different bits, including washi, including a shaker, just fun stuff. And this last book in the back, I did bring along a gratitude journal, even though I never used it. So that is my travel journal. I have kept this set up since my trip to Hawaii. It sits on my shelf, and anytime I am feeling blue or lonely, I pull it out and remember all the fun times I was having in Hawaii. So I hope you enjoyed this flip. Stay tuned for another one, and stay light, stay bright.